Hi everybody, it's me, Jane, here to administer your weekly dose of Video Games Video Show. I'm joined by consulting physician Dr. Johnny Chiodini.
Hello.
And this week's Start Select is a 10cc shot of adrenaline straight into the convulsing heart of your quiet Thursday evening. Stat, it contains
GameSpot's Best of E3 2011 awards following days of grueling deliberation and editorial fistfights. Mark's still recovering from that, by the way. Jane's got a mean left hook. Then we've got a sneak preview of Lucius, a horror adventure in which you play the infant Antichrist, trying to get everyone in your stately mansion home accidentally killed. Fun! Then we've got a look at the upcoming F1 2011 in the shape of an exclusive developer diary from Codemasters.
all in one, easy to swallow weekly show. We've also got your feedback and fabulous prizes, that is a fabulous prize, plus some super exciting news about the future of Start Select.
And that news is as follows. From next Monday, there'll be a bite-sized daily Start Select weekday show, in addition to a full-length Start Select weekly show. You're welcome.
The weekly show will shift to Saturdays to become Super Start Select HD Turbo Weekend Edition, or possibly something shorter.
So keep an eye on the site for that next week. For now, though, it's time to take your medicine. Hold still, this won't hurt a bit.
To our first order of business, the business of awarding awards to the best games of the Electronic Entertainment Expo 2011. You guys remember that, right?
You can if you, like the collective GameSpot International editorial staff, cast your mind back all the way to June 7th through June 9th. Sorry.
The international team argued late into the night, then into several more nights following the end of the show, and this week declared the winners of this year's GameSpot Best of E3 prizes. And the selected winners are...
Best graphics for Battlefield 3. DICE's military shooter Supreme picks up the graphics prize for the extensive and extensively destructible environments found in its E3 demo, not to mention the highly detailed, ultra-realistic character and vehicle models that you'll be shooting at and or from inside.
Best Fighter, meanwhile, goes to Street Fighter Cross Tekken. The award for Best Fighting Game at E3 went to this Street Fighter Tekken mashup. It's a game that's not afraid to ask the important questions. What if Street Fighter 4 were faster? What if there were a tag mechanic? What if Tekken were in 2D? Who'd win in a fight between Ryu and Kazuya? Ryu, right?
Yeah. So the next award, Best Downloadable Game, is Papa and Yo. Never heard of it? Neither had we. Papa and Yo was one of the nicer prizes of this year's E3. In it, you play as a boy who must solve clever puzzles to navigate the South American city in which he lives. You also have a giant rhinoceros monster friend who's addicted to toads with violent consequences, inspired by the game creator's troubled relationship with his alcoholic father. Yikes.
Most disappointing absence was The Last Guardian. Here's a title GameSpot wants so much, we give it prizes even when it doesn't show up. That's The Last Guardian, spiritual successor to PS2 masterpiece Shadow of the Colossus, starring that boy and that baby griffin eagle thing. We were very sad not to see it in LA this year.
Best Racing went to Forza Motorsport 4. Forza 4 had a strong showing this year. The cars looked considerably better than their not ugly Forza 3 equivalents and handled beautifully with a regular controller, Microsoft's upcoming wireless wheel peripheral, a Fanatec force feedback steering wheel, or even Kinect. Imagine that.
Best RPG was The Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim. The competition was tough, but Skyrim went toe-to-toe with Dark Souls, Mass Effect 3, Lord of the Rings War in the North, and the rest, and walked away with our Best RPG of E3 2011 award. We loved in particular the combat, in which you control each of your character's arms, so you can mix and match weapons and spells in your right and left hands with which to kill badass dragons, so you can eat their souls. Amazing.
Best shooter was Battlefield 3. With the smoking hot BioShock Infinite and kind of a big deal Modern Warfare 3 also on show at E3 2011, it's not like Battlefield 3 had an easy run at Best Shooter. So congrats Battlefield 3 for winning this one with your impressive tech, good looks, great variety and outstanding multiplayer.
Best Action Adventure went to Hitman Absolution. We were pretty excited when Square Enix confirmed Hitman Absolution back in May, at last a follow-up to 2006's Hitman Blood Money. And we were collectively even more excited by the stylish E3 demo, in which Agent 47, on the run from the police, stealths through a darkened library dispensing death to all comers.
For marrying a cinematic sense of style with what looks to be Hitman's classic open-ended assassination action, plus touches of blendy social stealth and a new instinct skill that works a bit like Batman's detective vision, Hitman Absolution wins GameSpot's Best Action Adventure of E3 2011 award.
And the Best PS3 Game Award.
And the Best Xbox 360 Game Award.
And the Best PC Game Award. So that's a big haul for Hitman.
And the Best of Show Award.
And the Best of Show Award. Hey, while we're at it...
You saw the demo. You like it?
Yeah, it was all right.
47.
And now we're very pleased to exclusively present, mind you, the first ever developer diary for F1 2011, in which the folks at Codemasters talk up the key advances in their upcoming game versus last year's F1 2010. It's got 16-player online in full 24-car grids, co-op championship mode, split screen, and even more, like tyre strategy elements. Let's watch.
Welcome to the first developer diary for F1 2011. This is the next step for us, and it's something that we'll keep pushing forward. Some people think it's just about updating the teams and drivers and you just ship the next year's game out. It's nothing like that at all. There's a stack of new things in there. Multiplayer is a big focus for us in 2011. I think it's one of the important things that we have to try and capture this year is get more people involved in playing online.
We've moved up to 16 players online this year and full grids, full 24-car grids.
Co-op championship mode, that's a huge thing, being able to play with a teammates, one of your pals throughout a season.
Yeah, split screen as well, the bragging rights in the living room.
It's not just about adding a host of new features, it's about polishing the things that we had in there last time as well, or rewriting them if necessary.
The big step forward is the car handling. We've really made significant gains there. The AI is now much more capable of making decisions, making intelligent decisions. We're all experiencing this 2011 season for the first time, and these elements are really bringing so much more to the strategy and the racing. Such a better experience in terms of racing round, when do you deploy your curves, when, are you in the DRS zone, the tyre strategy elements. I mean, it's all really going to play into a much more complete experience this year. Live the life, also a lot more cinematics and a lot more immersion.
It just means it's a much more complete package this time around.
First impressions are really good. Big improvements all round from last year's game.
The physics, graphics, it seems a lot more real.
It's a massive improvement over F1 2010. Really looking forward to its release.
If you were at London MCM Expo a little while back, you would have caught a stage demo of Lucius, in which you play the titular infant son of the devil, much like the Omen's Damien, going around your giant mansion home and offing your family and the servants. It was one of our favourite demos of the show.
But if you didn't make MCM, you're in luck. Guy is joined once more by Klaas Walter of Lace Mamba to give Start Select a peek at this PC horror adventure. Roll VT.
Right, guys, time to talk about an interesting new game coming out called Lucius, which is hitting the PC. And to talk a little bit about it, I'm joined by Klaas, who is with publisher Lace Mambo. Welcome, Klaas.
Hi, thank you.
So tell us about Lucius. It's coming out on the PC, and it's a game in the spirit of the kind of old 70s horror movies.
Yeah, that's right. It's a 3D horror adventure, and basically the idea is to give you the atmosphere of all these great horror movie classics like The Omen, like The Exorcist, like Shining, and to let you play a very evil character once in a lifetime.
So he's basically the son of the devil, and you're controlling this boy as he kind of offs this wealthy family because of a pact that his grandfather made with the devil.
Right. His grandfather founded a satanic cult and granted the soul of his first grandson to the devil, and now the devil takes what is already his and makes Lucius go around in the house and basically kill everyone, the family members, the staff members. And you as a player have to orchestrate fatal accidents so that no one will make Lucius being the suspicious person.
Right, I mean, you're a 6-year-old boy, you're not running around with a gun or anything. You have to, it's kind of an adventure game where you have to, place items in certain areas and, make these people in the house have horrible accidents.
That's right, yeah, come up with the right ideas. You'll get some hints, but you got to find out really how you can work it out. You got a little diary in that you can read about the items. You got some characters that will tell you about that, and then put all these things together, combine items in your inventory and stuff. Other than that, he's not a pro killer, so he really needs the direction by the devil.
So it starts off fairly simply. You have to kind of off the maid by locking the door of the freezer behind her and then hiding the padlock. Tell us a bit about how it starts out.
Yeah, the first puzzles are really just simple combinations. So there is a maid in the kitchen preparing the dinner, and you'll get the hint that something is about the cold in this puzzle, and you'll see a giant freezer that she uses to grab some new ingredients and stuff, and you'll find a padlock, and then you'll lock her up and, freeze her to death overnight. And afterwards you also find out that you need to get rid of the evidence, but later in the game it'll get more and more complicated.
And as you progress through the game, Lucius is endowed with more and more powers like telekinesis and mind control.
Oh, yes, right. He's got supernatural powers that, of course, the devil needs to tell him about. So you, as a player, will train these powers throughout the game and will get stronger and stronger. And then you'll be able to move objects around with the power of your thoughts or take the control over people's minds.
Tell us about one particular mission that we saw where you have to essentially set up your uncle, who is a bit of a shady character anyway.
Yeah, he's a porn filmer actually, and he's doing very nasty porn movies. He's got a little peephole into a bathroom and is filming the female staff when they are taking this bath and stuff. So you learn that a couple of these characters also have a very dark side. Well, he's also having love affairs with like 2 of the housemates, and you'll catch him at a certain point in bed with one of the housemates, and then decide to grab a Polaroid camera that is doing these instant pictures, take a little snapshot of that, and pass this on to another mate, and the other mate that is in love with him, and she'll go so very berserk and jealous.
God, how can he do this to me?
And while you're doing that, you also pass some of the evidence items you have from earlier puzzles, like this padlock from the first puzzle, into her drawer. And she's still very, very jealous, and by this weakened in her mind, so you can basically use your mind control skill and take over the control over her and then make her jump from a balcony while she's standing outside and moaning about her loss and stuff, and drive her into suicide. And afterwards it will all look like she's been a very crazy person, and police will also find the evidence items in her desk.
So the developers are aiming to make this a relatively long game. You're going to be offing numerous members of the family before the ultimate aim is to get to your grandfather, who has made this pact with the devil and is the head of this satanic cult.
That's right, yeah. He's the ultimate goal, and you'll learn a lot about the satanic cult as well. You'll discover some secret rooms within that huge mansion that you're playing in anyway, and it will be around like 15 hours of gameplay time, which for an adventure game is kind of a long time already.
Cool. So when can we expect to see Lucius, and on what platforms?
Well, we're aiming for a release date somewhere at the end of this year, and it's a PC game.
Great, okay. And Class has been kind enough to bring in some T-shirts to give away on Start Select, which you're modelling right now, Son of the Devil. Just tell us what do people need to do? What question do they need to answer to win one of these T-shirts?
Well, the question is, what is the game's main character's name? Just send us the answer, and then good luck.
Okay, all right. Get your answers to competitions@gamespot.co.uk, and we'll draw the winners on next week's show. But Class, thanks very much for showing us Lucius.
Thank you.
All right, how about a little feedback on facebook.com/GameSpotUK and on the Start Select homepage, gamespot.com/StartSelect. You've been telling us what you made of Far Cry 3's unveiling at, yes, E3 2011, as featured in the last show. Specifically, how it will compare to Far Cry 2, which apparently you didn't like very much.
Paul Russell says Far Cry 3 is looking way better than Far Cry 2. Please don't make that again.
Though rival Paul Bernard responds Far Cry 2 is quite good game. In fact, I'm playing it right now. 3 does look awesome though.
Sanguis Malice with an underscore, if that's your real name, says Far Cry 3 is looking lush. It appears to be going back to its roots, which is a welcome approach considering the last game.
And then we heard from Kamikaze Pygmy. Mr. or Ms. Pygmy says of Far Cry games, I wonder whether not playing the second will have any effect on the experience of playing the third. I thought that game was basically unplayable.
From what we saw at E3, Kamikaze, you should be fine not having played Far Cry 2, with the second not exactly leading into the third. You're a different character, Jason Brody, not an international mercenary of your choice, and in a different place, a jungle island, not Africa.
Over on Twitter, by the way, @Bobby Roker says, hey, why don't you split Start Select into smaller 5 to 10 minute daily chunks? I find it difficult to block out 30 minutes to watch it.
You must be some kind of crazy GameSpot video strategy psychic, Bobby Roker, because, like we said at the top of the show, that's exactly the plan.
And as good an opportunity as any to plug the daily show once again. Starting from next Monday, Daily Start Select.
Well, would you look at the time, here we are with mere moments left for a competition and to sign off. This week we're starting up a new world-famous Start Select prize pile. Number 1 on the prize heap is this.
From accessory specialist Caliber 11 comes the MLG License Vault, an armoured, bulletproofing not confirmed, Xbox 360 case endorsed by one of the world's most popular gaming leagues. It's got a custom Apocalypse mask with LEDs on it, as we see here, and fetching digital camo print, as we also see here.
They're on sale in the UK from tomorrow, but you could win one by entering our competition. We'll add new prizes every week until the prize mountain threatens to collapse and smother video producer Seb in promotional t-shirts and, of course, armoured Xbox 360 cases.
At that point, we will draw a winner. To enter, write us a limerick about a video game. We know how you like those.
Competition entries to competitions@gamespot.co.uk, and would you kindly remember to include your postal address.
Everything else goes to Twitter @GameSpotUK or Facebook or the Start Select homepage, gamespot.com/StartSelect. We will see you on Monday. That's Monday for the new daily show. That's all for now. Let's stay safe out there.
And now we're very pleased to present, exclusively present mind you, the first ever developer diary for F1 2011, in which the folks at Codemasters talk up the key advances in their upcoming Dame.
Nothing like
They're bringing out this fabulous new game woman.